Yo, what's up, fellas? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? It's 11:45. Like 5 more minutes. Yes, sir. Subrogation and judicial bonds. That's what's on the menu, my brother. Shalom, Willie. What's up? There you go. It's gonna be a good one. Yes, sir. Subrogation. Subrogation. Yeah. It's for the grown ups. This when all the geniuses be up at this time of night, working, reading. Who got caught up from Fresh and Fit? I don't know. I didn't know what happened. Man, I'm gonna check that out. You talking about on Fresh and shit? Fresh and shit. Yeah, bro. The black African dude. Oh yeah. Oh, you talking about Fresh? Oh, okay. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of know them dudes, man. You know, they got a podcast with bitches on there and shit. You know, instead of putting them bitches on OnlyFans, taking that money, man. I don't respect. I don't respect pimps and preachers. Oh, there you go, PE1. There you go. I probably thought you. I thought he was. I thought you was asleep, PE1 shit. Cause I had sent you a funny video about an infamous truck that I would never fuck with. But yeah, we finna do it a segregation because people is not people. Some a young brother is doing segregation, and I'm not gonna say nothing bad about him because he ain't say nothing bad about sham stoppers or whatever. So I'm gonna put up some stuff for y'all to see. I only fuck with people who fuck with me, right? People who start shit with me, that's who I go after, right? So I want y'all to sit back. What? They gave you the notification? Shit, that's what's up. I was here doing my late thing, my late night studying. Hold on. Let's get started, man. I ain't finna keep y'all up all night. Let me pull up. This is Sham Stoppers. And y'all know the deal. All right. We're gonna read about subrogation. Let me know, can y'all understand? Do y'all understand what is it saying, subrogation? Can y'all see it? Hold on. All right. It says the surety subrogation rights in the amenity agreement. The surety also holds important common law or equitable subrogation rights against third parties, funds, or property by virtue of its surety's performance of the principal's obligation. The surety subrogation rights stand separate and distinct from the assignment rights and similar contractual protections under the amenity agreement. Subrogation rights are not typically expressed, enforced, and Contractual, let me turn my volume up. Contractual terms. They are powerful and important rights. However, fully complement, complete, man, complementary with the rights that the amenity agreement affords to the surety. Man, I got to excuse me, man. I'm full of this wine. All right. The surety subrogation rights basis in law and equity. Courts and commentators have described subrogation as the substitution of one person in the place of another with respect to the other's lawful claim or right. Man, that sounds like almost a baby mama, don't it? The principle developing equity to supplant the general rule at common law that an obligation was satisfied and extinguished even if a surety paid it. Courts of equity, which is child support court, is one of them. Courts of equity developed and applied the doctrine of equitable subrogation to place and perform a surety in the shoes of his obligee, which is your baby mama, right? Allowing the surety all of the rights that the principal owed to the obligee, your baby mama, and that the surety honored the, okay, let me stop right there. I'm gonna stop at the, okay, let me pull the next, let me pull the next slide up. Oh, you getting slow buffering on the live? Oh, you know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is? She. All right. Principle behind subrogation is that a surety who pays the debt of another is entitled to all the rights of the person it paid to enforce its rights to be reimbursed. Don't that sound good? Man, that shit sounds so fucking good, bro. That shit sounds so. Look, if you want to see if somebody telling the truth, go research and see if that person telling the truth. That's why I tell niggas if you don't want to come over here for any type of service, go to the law library and read. That kills all that scamming and all that stuff, them excuses. Okay, that kills that. Excuses are lies. All right. As early 1834, a court stated that the rule is undoubted and it is founded upon the plainest principles of natural reason and justice. That a surety paying off a debt shall stand in the place of the creditor and shall have all the rights which he has for the purpose of obtaining reimbursement. Subrogation is often called an equity assignment or an assignment by operation of law. Subrogation rights are independent of contractual assignment rights and enforced solely to accomplish the ends of substantial justice, as discussed below. Depending on the circumstances, the surety subrogation rights or the right to stand, in the uh, shoes of other parties to promote the surety's own protection and to preserve funds necessary for the surety's reimbursement or among the surety's most important and flexible rights. So what y'all think about that? I need some feedback. What y'all think about that? I need some feedback. Hmm? A surety who pays the debt of another is entitled to all the rights of the person it paid to enforce its right to be reimbursed. What y'all think about that? You think people getting off of child support with subrogation? Huh? Sound like a bunch of hogwash, jibber jabber shit to me. Okay. I'm just gonna keep it real to you, fellas. We finna move right along. Okay. No. Like, okay, shit. I'm gonna break it down to y'all after this, after the judicial bonds. He said, and they not showing proof. Nope, they not. All right, let me stop showing this one. Let me go to judicial bonds. It's finna get good. We're gonna go to the judicial bond. All right. I haven't seen the stuff that I'm from the got presented on YouTube yet. I haven't. I haven't seen this stuff on YouTube. You know why I ain't see this shit on YouTube? Cause I know niggas don't be reading shit. They be playing around, googling shit, and doing dumb shit. Right? They be fucking playing. Judicial bonds. Judicial bonds include those bonds which litigants must post in civil litigation. Typically, a specific statute, court rule, or practice requires these bonds. Generally speaking, the purpose of a judicial bond is to ensure that the party required to post a bond will fulfill a particular obligation resulting from the litigation. Such bond obligations usually include court costs, monetary damages, and prevailing party and or the return of seized property. As a general rule, the statute, court rule, or order that required the bond and the terms of the bond govern a surety's liability on a judicial bond. Judicial bonds usually address not only the conditions under, okay, the conditions under, hold on, let me see. All right. All right, here you go. Under which the surety, let me blow it up. The surety may become liable, i.e., affirmation of a judgment or decree or dismissal of an appeal. An adverse decision is an attachment or repleviant action, reversal or dissolution of the injunction, etc., but also a monetary limit of a surety's liability in form of a penal sum. Typically, the surety that provides a judicial bond automatically submits to the jurisdiction of the court. A bond claimant may not proceed against a judicial bond until there has been a final determination on the merits. For example, a determination may not be final on the appeal or supersedes bonds until the appellate court has affirmed the trial court's judgment or dismissed the appeal, and possibly the time period for another further appeal has expired. While there are minimal surety defenses in the judicial bond arena, generally speaking, a surety's liability may not exceed the penal sum stated in judicial bond. Appeal supersedes bonds or some of the common judicial bonds that sureties issue. The federal court, when a United States District Court renders a final judgment in a civil action, the losing party has the right to appeal. The federal rules of appellate procedure require appellate to post an appeal bond to ensure the payment of the opposing party court costs in the event the appeal is unsuccessful. Although the same language is generally found in the appeal and supersedes bonds from the underwriter. Okay, let me stop right there. You know what they're really talking about too when you post a bond, really? Is when you paying, part of it is when you paying to sue somebody. So how much is a suit for federal court? $400. That's your case. Your case has been bonded. Okay. Although the same language is generally found in appeal supersedes the bond from underwriting perspective, sureties handle them in the same manner. Some state courts and federal system distinguish between these two bonds. An appeal bond ensures the payment of the court costs. Didn't I just say that? A supersedes bond guarantees that the successful litigant obtaining a money judgment will have a source of, okay, let me stop that. Okay, a source of, all right, hold on, let me see which one. All right, hold on. All right, I got it. Hold up. Let me stop sharing that. Boom, boom. Okay, here it is, fellas. We're gonna get down. Collection and recovery of its successful after appeal. Typically, in an absence of a supersedes bond, the filing of an appeal does not in and of itself prevent the prevailing party from enforcing a money judgment. Another common judicial bond involves injunction. The Federal Court Rule 65 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure governs injunction bonds. Rule 65 provides that no restraining order or preliminary injunction shall issue except upon giving the security by the applicant in such sum as the court deems proper for the payment of such costs and damages as may be incurred or suffered by any party who is found to have been wrongfully enjoyed or restrained. False imprisonment. That's one of them. Okay. And I'm gonna go in deeper to the people who, donated and shit like that. But, you know, although the conditions and the damages recoverable under an injunction bond differ among jurisdictions and are dependent on the facts of a particular case, their general purpose is the same to ensure the defendant a source of recovery should the court or an appellate court subsequently determine that the trial court granted the injunction error. Now, let's talk about fiduciary bonds and probate bonds. So, fiduciary is somebody who is speaking on your behalf that you gave permission to handle your financial affairs and shit like that. So, guess what? Let's read. A fiduciary has a duty to act primarily for another's benefit and with scrupulous good faith and candor. Like your put like this, like if you a W-4 employee, your job makes up their mind and say, hey, we gonna handle this nigga's affair, financial affairs. I'm gonna be his fiduciary. You didn't ask him to do that whatsoever. So that's fraud when your job sit up here and participate in IWO because they was not the party of your baby mama's case. And number one, you wouldn't deemed by the court an absent parent or neglectful father, right? Now I see these yahoos trying to catch on and start saying that shit because normally when I was helping people, I was putting that in the paperwork a long time ago, right? A lot of niggas out here is just slow as fuck. But anyway, a fiduciary bond is simply a surety's financial guarantee of this duty. There are many kinds of fiduciary bonds and probate bonds, which have been the subject of a number of books and articles. The types of fiduciaries who may need bonding include testament, testamentary, trustees, executors, and administrators of destinies. Okay, so testament, trustees, that's for trust. Executives is for wills. This is when administrators and when you die without a will. Okay. Estates. Okay. And conservators and guardians of assets and minors. Stop sharing that. Only one watcher? Oh, it's all good. They'll get up in the morning and see this. That's probably them playing by who watching and stuff like that, bro. They don't want people to learn this stuff. They want people to be dumb and stupid and retarded. Cause I ain't gonna be on here long. Person whose judgment is deemed impaired by the probate court, right? So check this out. In Massachusetts, they handle child support shit in probate court. Mm. The Uniform Probate Code reflects many of the laws around the country that governs fiduciary conduct. Statute and other court rules and orders of some which have adopted Uniform Probate Code require fiduciary and probate bonds. These terms or these bonds are given their ordinary meaning, but if it is a statutory bond, as many fiduciary probate bonds are, the statute controls over any conflicting terms in the bond itself. A fiduciary bond surety is typically liable to claimants, right? Usually to the estate through a successor administrator or a court-appointed commissioner of accounts for damages or the breach of the principal fiduciary duty cause. It is generally sufficient that the principal acted neglectfully or otherwise breached the duty. Neither intentional conduct nor illicit intent or bad faith is necessary to state the bond claim, right? Let's talk about licensing and permit bonds, and I'm going to cut it off. Probably the most widely used, widely diverse group of commercial bonds is license and permit bonds. Statutes, regulations, and ordinance typically make license and permit bonds a prerequisite for engaging in certain businesses. License bonds are conditioned on the principal's compliance with the state's regulation or ordinance. Permit bonds are similar in that are conditioned on satisfaction of the terms of the permit under which permission is granted to perform certain acts incidental to the conduct of business. There are too many kinds of license and permit bonds to enumerate here. The purpose of license and permit bonds is to ensure compliance with statutes and regulations to protect the public from harm. Look at that. So that's what your driver's license. If you ain't violating none of them statutes, the driver vehicle code statute, guess what? Child support ain't got nothing to do with your fucking license. What y'all think so far, man? Damn, they said we got one watching, but we got two people. And you see how they playing with this shit? They don't want people to know this shit, learn this shit. They don't want this, right? What y'all think about these bonds, man? I got some more shit on this shit. These other niggas don't be talking about this shit. They be playing around talking about it, but not this shit that I got. Hell no, they niggas be playing shit. They be playing law, lawyer, and all this old shit. Fucking around. You know, want validation and shit. They want people to praise them on the back like they're the smartest motherfucker on the planet. Like, look, I learned this. Instead of putting up, literature and showing you where you get your information from. You know what I mean? And the people that donated with Sham Stoppers will get the information and with the books information I put. People who don't, you're just gonna be oblivious for you to read this shit and try to learn something. If not, take your ass to the law library, quit crying like a little bitch, and get the thing going. You know what I mean? Can't nobody. I wasn't there when most of these niggas was fucking these bitches, right? I'm neutral. I'm exempt. I'm here to just bring the message, you know. So I got, like I said, we got more shit. And I'm being good about the situation. You know what I mean? I can get loud these niggas off of YouTube. All these niggas off. I make these niggas go get websites. You know what I mean? I got some shit over here, nigga. I got that work, nigga. I got that work for your ass, nigga. Real talk. So man, I ain't finna hold y'all. Shit, y'all have a good night. I just wanna show y'all this shit, man. This the stuff I be reading when I ain't doing none of my hobbies or shit. It's the shit I be reading. You know. Y'all have a good night. Peace.